Hello, I welcome to UPSC Prelims Chaturya series of SHANTHA LAKSHMI IAS Academy, where we will discuss the daily prelims MCQs from the Hindu, Indian Express and PIB. Let's get started. The first question. Consider the following statements with respect to the Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi scheme. It is centrally sponsored scheme. The eligibility criteria to avail services under RAN had been based on state and UT-wise BPL threshold. Under RAN, financial assistance up to rupees 15 lakh is provided to poor patients suffering from major life-threatening diseases, cancer or rare diseases for medical treatment at government hospitals. How many of the statement given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. This was in news recently. The Delhi High Court instituted a case with respect to the grant of financial assistance under the Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi scheme and said threshold income to claim benefit was prima facie extremely low. About this scheme, it was set up in 1997 and it is a central sector scheme. It provides one-time financial assistance to the poor patients living below poverty line, state and UT-wise threshold and suffering from life-threatening diseases relating to heart, kidney, liver, cancer, etc. for treatment at any of the super specialty government hospitals or institutes. Its aim is to provide financial assistance to the patient who are living below the poverty line, who are suffering from major life-threatening diseases. The umbrella scheme of RAN has three components as under. Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi, financial assistance for treatment of life-threatening diseases relating to heart, kidney, liver, etc. at government hospitals or institutes having super specialty facilities. That was maximum financial assistance is rupees 15 lakhs. Health Minister's Cancer Patient Fund, financial assistance for treatment of cancer at regional cancer centers, tertiary care cancer centers and state cancer institutes. Maximum of financial assistance is rupees 15 lakhs. Financial assistance for poor patients suffering from rare diseases, for specified rare diseases for treatment at government hospitals, institutes having super specialty facilities, maximum of financial assistance rupees 20 lakhs. So the answer is only 2 because it is central sector scheme, not centrally sponsored scheme. Moving to the next question. Recently, which organization released the Trends in World Military Expenditure 2023 report? Option A, Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Option B, United Nations. Option C, IMF. Option D, NATO. The Trends in World Military Expenditure 2023 report by Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, established in 1966, highlights global military spending. India ranked 4th in military spending at $83.6 billion after the US, China, and Russia. NATO states expenditure totaled $1,341 billion, comprising 55% of global spending. The report attributes the record high global military expenditure of $2,443 billion to Russia's Ukraine invasion and geopolitical tensions. SIPRI focuses on conflict research, armaments, arms control, and disarmaments. So the answer is option A, Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Moving to the next question. With reference to the tundra ecosystem, consider the following statements. Tundra ecosystem are tree regions found in the Arctic on the top of the mountains. The tundra acts as a significant carbon storage area due to slow decomposition rates in the cold environment. Which of the statement given above is correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one or two. A study has warned the warming planet may alter the characteristics of tundra environments and could transfer them from carbon sinks to carbon sources. About this ecosystem, tundra ecosystem are treeless regions found in the Arctic and on the tops of mountains where the climate is cold, windy, and rainfall is scant. Characteristics of the tundra regions: low temperatures. The average temperature is minus 34 to minus 6 degrees Celsius in tundra region. Short growing seasons. The summer growing season is just 50 to 60 days when the sun shines up to 24 hours a day. Permafrost, a layer of permanently frozen soil lies beneath the surface, which can be few inches to several feet thick. Minimal precipitation, despite often being compared to the deserts in terms of moisture, the tundra receives low levels of precipitation, often as snow. Limited biodiversity, the harsh conditions of the tundra result in fewer plant and animal species compared to other biomes. Carbon sink, the tundra acts as a significant carbon storage area due to slow decomposition rates in the cold environment. The world has three types of tundra. Arctic tundra, which occurs north of the taiga belt in the far northern hemisphere. Alpine tundra, which prevails above the tree line in mountains worldwide, and the Antarctic tundra, which includes several sub-Antarctic islands and parts of the continents of Antarctica. Flora, mosses, lichens, sedges, cotton grass, birches, etc. Fauna, Arctic foxes, snow geese, polar bears, etc. So the answer is 2 only. Because tundra ecosystem are treeless regions found in the Arctic and on the top of the mountains, not tree regions. Moving to the next question. Consider the following statements about Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. It replaces the Person with Disabilities Act 1995. 4% of reservation in seats in government and government-aided higher educational institution per person with benchmark disabilities. 5% in government jobs for certain persons or class of persons with benchmark disability. How many of these statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. The Supreme Court recently lamented that the implementation of the Rights of Persons with a Disability Act 2016 remains dismal across India. About this act, it was enacted in the year 2016 and came into force on 19th April 2017. It replaced the Persons with Disabilities Act 1995. The objective of the Rights of Persons with a Disability Act is to ensure that all persons with disabilities can lead their lives with dignity, without discrimination, and with equal opportunities. The Act lays down specific provisions to uphold such rights. It incorporates the rights of persons with disabilities covered under the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, to which India is signatory. Under the Act, disability has been defined as an evolving and dynamic concept. The types of disabilities have been increased from existing 7 to 21, and the central government will have the power to add more types of disabilities. The types of disabilities include leprosy cured person, cerebral palsy, Ashdata victims, blindness, deaf, specific learning disabilities, autism spectrum disorder, Parkinson's disease, hemophilia, etc. Persons with benchmark disabilities are defined as those are certified have at least 40% of the disability specified. Rights and entitlements, responsibility has been cast upon the appropriate governments to take effective measures to ensure that the person with a disability enjoy their rights equally with others. Additional benefits have been provided for persons with benchmark disabilities and those with high support needs. Every child with benchmark disability between the age group of 6 and 18 years shall have the right to free education. 5% reservation in seats in government and government-aided higher education institution for persons with benchmark disabilities. 4% reservation in government jobs for certain persons or class of persons with benchmark disability. Broad-based central and state advisory board on disability to be set up as a policy-making bodies. So the answer is only one. Because 5% of reservation in the seats of government and government-aided higher education institution and 4% of reservation in the government job for certain persons or class of persons with the benchmark disability. Moving to the next question. Umesh Sinha committee, often recently seen in news, is related to which of the following? Option A, central state relations. Option B, banking reforms. Option C, electoral reforms. Option D, voluntary code of ethics. Voluntary code of ethics. Formerly Twitter, recently announced that it withheld some posts on the orders of the Election Commission of India, as it had agreed to the voluntary code of ethics for social media platforms. Emergence Election Commission set up a committee under Deputy Election Commissioner Umesh Sinha in 2019. The committee suggested changes to Representation of People Act 1951 to cover social media posts in the 48 hours period before polling when conventional campaigning is banned. The Internet and the Mobile Association of India, along with the social media platforms, would go on to present Code of Ethics to the Election Commission in March 2019. After that, the code extended to all elections in the future. The code says social media platforms will voluntarily undertake information, education, and communication campaign to spread awareness about elections, including about electoral laws. So the answer is option D, voluntary code of ethics. Thank you. This is the today's session.